So I was listening to a video early this morning, and it was an influencer who had taken a break from social media because he was going through some stuff with his spouse, and he said that he couldn't function because of the nature of their relationship right now. And that, first of all, that's something that I can relate to when I'm going through stuff. I don't think it's good. I always wonder how people who do social media can come in front of the mirror, in front of the video, and really put on a straight face like nothing has happened when they're going through troubled times, right? Anyway, so I can relate to it. So he was saying that he was going through some times of some hardship in his relationship, and he can't see himself away from his spouse and his child, more importantly, his child. And he did one thing that I respect. He took accountability for the relationship being where it is, right? So right now they're broken, they're not able to communicate, they're in the same home. And so he said he took responsibility for the fact that they are in this space right now, and he's just saying that the relationship is at a point where he can no longer communicate with her, and he doesn't know what to do. And so he's battling with the fact that he was at fault, and it was because of how he treated her throughout the relationship. And guys, first of all, when a woman is done, she's done. Many women go through this and we suffer through silence, but when we say no more, we mean no more. But it's not about feeling sorry for him, but it's about bringing this type of situation to light. Sometimes we really need to sit back, especially when you're young and especially when you're making a lot of money. We can't forget the people who hold us up or who held us up when we were in our darkest space, or when we were going through some things, or when we didn't have what we had, right? And even then, in your relationship, if you're committed to somebody, try to honor that relationship and make sure that you're doing everything you're supposed to do. Especially, he said that she was committed to him and she loved him tremendously, and he wasn't reciprocating. And so all of this now is taking a toll on him because he has completely lost handle on the situation. There's nothing that he can do, he feels, because when he speaks to her, she's not responding. And so he's tried to reach out to other women, and those women don't satisfy him because he has a void now, right? Whether it be because of guilt or whether it be because he like he said, he just wants her. But sometimes when you have given up your bad behavior and you decide that you just want that person at that point, sometimes that person has had enough and they just don't want you back. They don't see you the same. All they feel is hurt, right? Because that's what that's the card you've dealt. That was dealt in your relationship. That's how you've treated them your entire relationship. And so all they know is hurt, and eventually people get fed up and they walk away, right? When they gain the strength to walk away. So yes, she still loves him, and yes, he's going to definitely love her, but it would never be the same, because once you've chipped away at a wall and it's broken, there's no way to put it back together, right? And so I guess what I'm saying is, in these type of relationship, we tend to not focus on our hurt. We tend to not fix ourselves. And it's important for you to not, before I get to that, he said that one of the reasons why he was the way he was, it seemed like he was a bit insecure, was because he carried that from his past relationship. He wasn't paying attention, and so he realized, even the relationship before, he said that the breakdown was because of him, but it was because that person before hurt him and he wasn't paying attention. And so instead of reacting in a what would you say, in a way that would instead of sitting down and talking to the person, he ended up not dealing with the situation properly, and so the relationship broke down, as with this one. And so what happened is, when we don't fix ourselves, we carry our trauma from our past into our present, and hurt other people. And so that is what he's saying, even though he's taking responsibility for where they are. And so, she doesn't know that he's hurt. He's never shared that with her, but it was his responsibility to heal first. It was his thing. He needed to fix himself. And that is what I see with a lot of people now. We don't take the time out to fix ourselves. We don't get help for our trauma. We don't spend time with ourselves, getting to know ourselves. We don't get to understand why our relationship in the past broke down. We're quick to jump into another relationship because it's so much easier to lay down with somebody else, because it numbs the pain. But what you're doing is carrying that pain into somebody else's, into your next relationship, and causing that person trauma. And so the cycle continues, especially when you carry a child into the world like he did. He's saying, hey, I can't see my child, somebody else raising my child. But guess what? She's going to go through some type of trauma, because if the mom is hurt, more than likely she's going to transfer some of that pain to the child. And all of that, could have been avoided had he gotten the help he needed before he entered the relationship. So let's, we all have been through issues. Let's spend some time with ourselves, right? Get to know why we did what we did, or why we reacted the way we reacted in our past relationship, so that we don't carry trauma into another relationship and hurt other people. All right, so good luck and take care of yourself.